Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more relaxed Warhammer End Times. And let me just lower the audio a little bit. There we go. So, today we have a rather exciting battle against the Empire. There are two Empire armies here, one under Helmut and the other under Claude Bieber, or Bieber. And I think we should just engage them, honestly, because we have Dragon Ogres. And Dragon Ogres are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Archeon has a decent host as well. None of these stacks are full, but yeah, I think this is the correct course of action. Interesting. So they've split up in a remarkably stupid maneuver that they decided to do. Does Archeon have lightning strike? He does. I suppose that's part of the... I don't know. He is high level, maybe they took that into account, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, I think we should just go and fight them. Like so, and then move the Dragon Ogres as well. Which will not be reinforcing, because I didn't position them properly. I mean, we don't need reinforcements for this, so yeah, let's just fight it out. It is a very well, it's not a very low level army. I mean, these are really good great swords, and the handgunners are pretty decent, but as well as the Empire Knights, and they have good artillery, but it's just the wrong army composition for fighting chaos. I mean, I will infantry in a head-on fight, and they don't have enough. Yeah, I suppose these. All right, here we go then. It appears we got good luck with the Winds of Magic, so it would appear that the enemy have decided to position their artillery in the middle of the army, I think. Mortars behind, cannons in front, and I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of infantry right there. So, here's what we're going to do. We are going to move like so. Put Archeon over here with the two weaker Chaos Warriors. And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to send Archeon head first to deal with one or two of the enemy, with the one or two of the enemy lords. But essentially, we need to close the gap between us and their artillery as quickly as possible, so let's see how this is going to go. And they will hit our troops with heavy artillery. We will take losses, but miraculously the Chosen of Chaos are somewhat immune to giant cannonballs falling from the skies, apparently. we're taking some casualties, but in all due honesty, it is not that bad. Let's begin then with, oh, I don't know, I suppose we can start off with this and try and hit the artillery in this, like, large chunk of units here. And then after that we could do the burning head thing and try and cut off all of this. Right, done, and then like so. Ooh, very nice. I think that miscast. Or it might not have, I don't know, but it doesn't look like exactly what I wanted. Oh well, let's go with... I suppose I could get you to attack the knights, because you're better than them in every way, shape and form. And then... I'll send the better cavalry in like so. And then now we've basically closed the gap between us and the enemy. We are engaging in melee. So all in all, things are going good. There we go. Not interested in fireball. I'm going to save up for the more potent spells. Actually, the slight problem, or a slight problem, might be catching the enemy, oddly enough, because they are extremely, extremely mobile. And I might want to use Archeon just for that, so... And this should do a bit of damage. Well, when I said a bit, I was hoping for a bit more, but, you know. Archeon's not the greatest spellcaster, but he is one of the better combinations of fighter and spellcaster, so he's got that going for him. Right, I would say that this is a one battle. At this stage, pretty much the moment we've touched their artillery, this was decided, basically. But we do need to catch up to the enemy. Let's hit the war wagon with a fireball, see what that does. Well, at least it hit, but very little damage. Unfortunate. Let's send the troops off like that, and I think I'll get Archeon to try and kill the Huntsman General. Really? Oh, well, this'll be a pretty sight. Yeah, Archeon's toying with his food, I think, at this point. I'll give you all the buffs so this doesn't last as long. I can't believe this guy is still alive, to be honest. Ah, missed. Alright. Run him down, and we'll try and run down a few more of the enemy units, and try and kill the general. I think that's something I'm most interested in. And there we go. Appropriately with a fireball. Good. Good. The reason being, if we kill the general, I'm not sure... Well, for one, it's always good to kill the general, or wound him if possible, early on in the battle, but even towards the end, it terrible stats, and I'm pretty sure this one wasn't particularly high level, but you know, it is what it is. Good. So now we do get to level up, obviously, and this is good due to the Winds of Magic Power Reserve. Very good, as a matter of fact. Now, let's head on over here. Encamp, and I think we're going to recruit like 2 more units of Chosen, or maybe not. Maybe something else. We have Chaos Knights with Lancers. Is there anything better we can get from Chaos Knights with Lancers? Probably not, no. Alright. They're not bad, but they're not a terrific unit either. But I suppose they will do. And now, I really want to test the semi-doom stack, as it were. Now, this is good, having them suffer more attrition before we fight them again is excellent. And we are bleeding the Empire quite heavily. So I am happy about that. Alright, and we've secured enough money to last us another turn, which is always good. And the Empire will take heavy attrition, not just here, they will take extremely heavy attrition in the north as well, and pretty much wherever their armies are. That's not, how should we say it, that's not a fortified settlement. Or just a settlement, doesn't have to be particularly fortified, but, you know, the general idea. Actually, the power of the Vessels of Chaos has been somewhat reduced, which is amusing. Okay, Archeon is recruiting, so we will send Kolak. Ooh. 2 armies. Now, they haven't garrisoned this one yet, which means it's going to take even more attrition, but I think this will be a good test for Kolak here. Now, I did say some time ago I wanted a, oh, what is it called? A Hell Cannon Vrul. But there is a slight issue in that a Hell Cannon is a bit far away from us in terms of units and buildings and all that, but more importantly, it takes up space in the army, and I really do need a little bit more cavalry and a little bit more mobility on top of the Chaos Chosen, so I suppose I could sacrifice a couple, like one or two. Is that definition of a couple? Yes. But my point was I could... Ooh, this has no garrison. Interesting. They haven't built it up yet. I think this is a good test for the Dragon Ogres, because I would like to see how they perform. And Kislev is once again under siege. But mind you, how much upkeep do I pay for the Chosen? 98. Yeah, 100 and something for the Lancers. Not that big of a difference. It's this army that's ludicrously expensive. That's 500 favour per turn for each of the Dragon Ogres, which I'm sure you'll agree is a little bit silly. No, you're in the swamplands, alright. I'm going to attack them like this. And see. Alright, here we go then. A most simple deployment and battle with the big Dragon Ogre himself, Kolak. Now, we could use pretty much everything for this particular lord. Experience, growth, horde growth, that is, kills, everything. So let's begin, and I'm very curious to see how this Doomstack will perform against the Empire in a straight-up brawl without any of the reinforcements that are coming in. I mean, you can see the balance of power is ever so slightly tilted in our favour. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to group these units up and see, Kolak has practically no buffs for the for any of the units here, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm genuinely thinking here, like, about what I'm gonna target with which unit, though it might not seem like it. So what we want to do is engage the infantry, obviously, and try and kill off all of those, but also engage with the ranged units in the back. So archers and stuff like that. However, what I don't really want to fight are the wagons, oddly enough, because the wagons are not that dangerous. The free companies, the archers, the crossbowmen, so on and so forth, are all way more dangerous than anything. This gives him speed. Alright, let's go. Way more dangerous than anything else in the centre here, so I would gladly get shot by the wagons. if that meant that I took out pretty much everything else that was, shall we say, a more real threat to the army, but so far they are holding well, and I really would like to emphasize that this is just one small stack of these ogres, completely unbuffed and fresh recruits with very little experience as well, as you can see, and they are fighting a decent Empire army, and they are winning. So yeah, I mean, they've routed most of the infantry, they've routed most of the well, they've routed most of the army, the enemy army at this point, I think, and they are doing surprisingly well against enemy lords too, which I expected them to struggle a bit, though. I mean, yeah, I don't know how I expected this to struggle against a mere Empire captain or something along those lines, but you know, lords are tough bastards in general. So where is Archeon? Oh. Alright, so Archeon did arrive eventually to help. They're moving forwards, really? Yeah, much better. Return to the... Good, much better, excellent. So the ogres did take a bit of a beating. This I will not... I will not deny. Nay, I cannot deny. However, they defeated a full-on Empire stack of relatively good units. And really, the beauty of armies like this is you don't really have to think much and try and outwit the opponents, as it were. All you do is point them in the general direction of the enemy, and well, in this situation we had to think about sort of who to attack first and so on, but yeah, there we go. This is practically all alone, save for the slight help of the Chaos Knights and Archeon himself. Yeah. And this is a decisive victory. It's not a heroic victory. We did take no loss. We took one casualty, which is far from ideal, but this is a siege battle, so the entire enemy army is destroyed with this. Alright, there we go. 8,000 favour, that is quite a lot, and alright, the weapon's not that interesting or important. We are going to raise it, because there is no money to be gained out of it, and well, there we go. So, which one of these buffs the ogres? I guess here, and then we find the ogre's monstrous strength. Yeah. Time to start buffing these units up, and see the replenishment rate is actually pretty decent too. Good. There we go. The slight issue obviously being money, as in we don't have any, but I truly am wondering what on earth the Empire is doing, because I mean they're trying to retake the various provinces of Kislev, I understand, but going to the giant home mountains, really? mean, Kislev's never been that far north. Why even attempt such a thing? At any rate, though, this was 2 exciting battles and new units that we've used and demonstrated the use of here, so quite happy with that, and we're going to leave it off here. Until next time, have fun, take care, and bye-bye.